Hey everybody, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm joined by my friend Zach, and we're gonna try something that I have never done before. I have never tried Swedish wine before. Have you tried Swedish wine before?
Never in my life, but I'm a big fan of all types of wines, so this is one I'm really excited about.
Yeah, same here. Having lived in Sweden for 4 years, I've tried lots of American wines. I typically prefer like California wines, French wines, all of those sorts of things. Normally, I like to drink red wine, but it's very difficult to find red Swedish wines in Sweden, right?
Yeah, they typically only keep the inventory in Skåne, and you kind of have to do a special order in order to get what you want.
Yeah, but we were able to get our hands on some white wines today, and all of the 4 bottles of wine we're going to try, we have 2 Swedish ones. That is this one, and we have a French and Italian one, just so we can compare the difference and see if we prefer the Swedish more than the other ones. But all 4 bottles of wine that we got here today, we actually got through the Skål app. If you didn't know, Skål is an alcohol delivery app here in Sweden where you can basically pick out the alcohol that you want through the app and it'll be delivered to your door within 1 hour. You show your ID at the door and it's a very, very simple process. So without further ado, let's try some of these wines. Let's start off with the Swedish one, yeah? We'll try the Pegasus. Sound good?
Yeah, and so both of these white wines in Sweden have the grape varietal called Solaris, and we're gonna try it for our first time and we'll let you know how it goes.
Solaris is not a very common grape,
Not at all. Yeah, no. The reason why Sweden uses it is because it's like a survivor, you know, it can withstand the cold, and that's typically why it's not the popular varietal that other countries such as France or Italy or Portugal would use. And so it's different, and we're going to be trying it for the first time, so I'm excited about it.
Very excited. First time ever trying Swedish wine.
Yeah, skål.
Skål. Wow. That was really good on a first impression.
Seriously.
Wow.
Jumps out at you. They're kind of bright with acidity.
Yeah.
Certainly very aromatic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like very easy to drink, but there's also this very distinct like sharpness to it at the same time. But I'm normally more preferring the red wines, but as a white wine, this one was excellent.
Kind of getting like a peach, like a lychee fruit kind of vibe.
Yeah, there is some like citrus tropical fruit, especially towards the end when you're drinking it.
I would definitely recommend this, or certainly buy it again.
So should we try the next one here? We have another wine glass as well, so we don't have to mix.
Go right into Chablis.
This is a French Chablis, so we're going to compare. And we've just now tasted the Swedish one, so now we can compare. You want to grab your glass there? So now we can compare. This one isn't quite in the same price range as the Swedish one. It's a little lower, right?
No, I believe it was 129 crowns. But it's one of the more popular brands or bottles that sell here in Sweden.
Okay. Very cool. Chablis. I actually took a French wine class when I was in college. It was like an elective class. And the only thing I remember was the difference between Bordeaux and Burgundy is that the Bordeaux wines, which were like mostly Merlots and Cabernets, the shape of the bottle was a little bit like this shape. They were like longer and then more rounded here. And then the Burgundies, the Burgundy region of France, the Pinot Noirs, now these are both the red wine varieties I'm talking about, but imagine the shape of the bottle for the Burgundies is more of the long stem here. So if you're looking at French red wines, you can normally tell if it's like a Pinot Noir from the Burgundy region, if it's
by the shape of the bottle.
That shape bottle.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I remember from this class in college, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right, shall we try?
Let's do it. Chablis from France. And Chablis is the region in France where they grow and are famous for Chardonnay.
This one is definitely a bit more harsh than the first one. Like, it's good, but
it's got a fermentation flavor going on.
Yeah.
So in the back, you can almost taste that it's been aged. And
Like the
but
first.
I kind of really like this one. Honestly, it's because it's less acidic. It kind of just it's more calm in a sense.
Yeah, if we're rating the ones that we've tried so far, I think it's impossible to like give a 1 out of 10 if you only have one wine. But once you've had like back to back, you can start to formulate like what the numbers are.
Going.
The first one I would say is like an 8. I thought it was really, really good.
Certainly, yeah, above average.
Yeah,
like that's better than most white wines I've ever come across.
This one I'm gonna give either a 6 or a 7, which is still good for me. For Sweden being a country that's like really not huge on producing wines, maybe the wines that they do produce have to be like super high quality and well done, because otherwise you're just never gonna survive, right?
You gotta have that niche, right? You gotta.
Exactly.
On to the second Swedish wine we have, and it's called Emilian.
Emilian Kullabergs.
Yeah.
And this one won an award. It's always cool when you see
what's that say? Gold label, huh?
Gold for Pee-wee. International Pee-wee Wine Award. See, I've heard that like just because there's an award on the bottle doesn't mean it's good. Like that's normally a rule of thumb, but it is still like what I've noticed.
I guess the question would be, what is Pee-wee? What's that acronym?
Exactly.
You gotta see what kind of merit they have. Kind of smelling like almost like a strawberry, but let's taste it.
Ooh, this one is much sweeter than the other two that we've tried. I can see what you mean with the strawberry sensation.
Yeah, like honestly, I just can't stop thinking about biting into a strawberry after drinking this.
Maybe a little bit of like raspberry.
Certainly like the red berry. That's what we're getting.
This was good. I don't think it was as good as the first Swedish one, in my opinion. The first Swedish one was like one of the best white wines imaginable. Yeah. This was
tasting
also
that first one really was an eyebrow raiser.
Yeah.
It kind of was impressive, to say the least.
This one I would give a 6 or 7 as well. So it was on the same sort of level as the French one that I gave a 6 or a 7, but not quite as high as like the 8 or 9 range what I would have given the first one. Yeah. Should we try the Italian one for reference?
Yeah. So this one's called Amber 1. Yeah. Beautiful label.
Cool.
Very artistic.
And there were some sediments in there. Yeah. Well. It's nice to try different wines in between the Swedish ones so they can really get a reference of how good the Swedish wines actually are. Because if you only try one type of wine, then you never have anything to compare it to. So.
But the color of this one, you could tell that it's so rich.
Wow, this is like it's more of like a lemon.
Oh, it almost tastes like a lemon meringue pie or something.
Or almost like apple cider a little bit. Like it smells like there's like a gingery, like a fresh apple pie sort of vibe.
Yeah, it's definitely got that roasted, like right out of the oven smell.
Wow, this was good.
I totally agree. Yeah.
This is like drinking almost like a dry apple cider.
That's a great way to express it, because it does have that apple cider vibe, and it is dry. There's no sweetness going on here, and honestly, that's a preference of mine, because I feel like I love apple cider, but when it gets too sweet, it's like, nah, thank you. Yeah. But yeah, apple is definitely a fruit coming out of this one right here.
I would put this in the 7 to 8 range. I think it is my second favorite out of the 4 that we tried.
Yeah, I think our rating is very on par. Yeah. Like we're very similar in the sense of what we'd rate these.
So just to give a final order and thoughts, I would put the first Swedish one that we tried, the Pegasus, as my number 1 top of the heap. The Amber one, the Italian one, I'm gonna put at number 2.
Yeah.
That might not be everybody's favorite, but I personally really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, and honestly, like it's kind of cheesy, but I really enjoy when the labels of the bottle are fun to look at. And just looking at these 4, like these 2 certainly have the coolest labels.
I think so as well.
We got some kind of art going on, like it almost looks like South America.
It does look like Portugal here. Yeah, almost. So are you with me so far? This was your favorite as well, followed by this
Pegasus
one. And then I had the Swedish Kullabergs here as my third favorite.
Yeah. No, I agree, yeah.
And the French one wasn't bad, but out of the 4 that we tried today, the Chablis was my 4th favorite.
Yeah, the Chablis was... Nothing jumped out at you.
Yeah.
But, it's obviously still a decent choice.
So that is so interesting that we both have the exact same opinions of these wines here. So if you guys want to try these wines yourself, you can check them out on the Skål app. Try it out. Download the app. The link is in the description below if you want to try it out.
Exactly.
I've had a great experience with it so far. I had a ton of fun trying these Swedish wines. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, let us know. We'd be happy to do more fun content like this, right?
Certainly. And Eja Sverige, vi är jätteimponerad med dina viner.
Så kolla hur sjukt han har på svenska. Ett år i Sverige så kan han så här bra. Det är fan. Tack för idag. We'll see everybody in another video.
Tack, hej då.